All right guys, in today's video, we're gonna be taking the Ride1up Limited version. This is a 28 mile per hour bike, class 3 when you pedal, 750 watt rear motor. This is kind of a day in the life if someone actually has this bike or thinking about getting it for work. That's exactly what we're gonna do today. We're gonna take it to work and we're just gonna see how it feels to get there and back. I have about a 14-mile ride. I'm just gonna take you guys with me. Keep in mind, this bike does not have any lights, so I did have to put a light on the front and we have a rear light in the back. So just keep that in mind if you were to get one of these, and make sure your light is secure so it don't come off. So let's get on the road and let's talk about it. All right, right away, we're gonna put it in number 5, but keep in mind, we can only hit about 21 miles per hour without pedaling. To get 28 miles an hour, we have to pedal. So that's the main thing on this bike that stands out compared to other e-bikes I've been on. But let's just be real, that is legal to be ridden everywhere. I've just been used to bikes that have a throttle only that go up to about 30 miles an hour, if not more. But this is definitely a class 3 e-bike. You can't get pulled over by the cops with this thing and get a ticket or anything like that. It's perfectly legal. Here in California anyways, you might want to check out your state laws and all that stuff to make sure, but you should be okay for the most part. Most places are 28 miles an hour. So a few things I was disappointed in this bike was the fact that for this price, I mean, it's decently priced. Don't get me wrong, it's actually been the same price for a while now. I saw some reviews like years ago, and they haven't actually changed the price of this bike at all, which is surprising with everything going up. But in today's age, with all the bikes coming out, I feel like it should at least have fenders and lights, at least in the front. It doesn't need to be in the back, but you at least need a light in the front. I don't understand why we couldn't get some type of safety light. But other than that, you just have to make sure you're gonna have to get your own lights. And if you ride where it might rain, which it actually looks like it's gonna rain today, you definitely could get splashed with water and get your clothes all dirty. So just keep that in mind. I don't know if they make any fenders for this bike. I have not went on their website and checked it out. But I will say there are some mounting screws, so you can mount some stuff to this bike. It looks like in the back you could put a rear rack on, but 100% not sure. I haven't seen any bike in this model have a rear bike rack, so not sure. It just looks like you can. The one thing I want to point out right away is it just feels so natural to pedal on this bike doing 28 miles an hour. I feel like I'm just on a regular bike, just with some assistance, and I'm just chilling. I feel like I'm moving at a good rate of speed. I don't feel like I'm huffing and puffing. I obviously have it in mode number 5 and not mode number 1 or 2, because this does have a torque sensor in it, so the harder I pedal, the more faster the bike will want to take off, compared to a cadence sensor, which it senses any type of movement in the pedal and it will just take off. And this is one of the reasons why you might want to think about picking up an electric bike depending on your area, because check this out. Look how long this line of traffic is. Now we got to be careful because we almost got hit here one time. So I'm gonna put both of my hands on the brakes just to be on the safe side. But look at all this. You guys want to sit in this traffic, burn gas and money? Nah. We get a bike. The only bad thing is you got to be careful with how people are. We're gonna go this way. We're gonna go this way. Damn, why does he got parked so close? What the hell? What are you doing? Idiots. Gotta love people. That's what happened to me a long time ago on my Suron. Some guy did that. It seems like a lot of people do that in this intersection, just to try to get around traffic, because they don't feel like sitting in it. So, yeah. All right, let's see if we can go this way without waiting for all this traffic, but it looks like we might have to wait for all the traffic. We will definitely see. Cool. And that's how you get around a 10 to 15 minute piled up intersection. Gotta love it. Go, go, go. One thing this bike has is a very slow start from like 0 to 10. So I was like, I'm trying to go as fast as possible. I did not want to stop there at all. And another thing you gotta keep in mind is that when you're turning, you don't want to pedal on this bike. Well, depending on how hard you turn anyway. If you actually do a sharp turn and you pedal through it, the pedals are so close to the ground that they will scrape. And that could be a potential hazard if you happen to scrape and it slides out or something like that. So just be careful. I do like that the pedals are lower on the bike, because that means you can put the seat very far down and I don't feel like my legs are coming up to my chest or anything like that, compared to the electric bike company Model F, which is the foldable version. Their cranks are so high in the frame that you have to put the seat up a lot higher than you normally would on a bike, and this one just feels perfectly fine. So it could fit a lot of people's heights and all that stuff, and it also fits someone that's about 300 pounds. But of course your range and all that stuff is going to be affected, especially coming up hills. We're about to go over this overpass, and I'm 165 pounds. I'm 5'10" roughly, and I'm really gonna see how it goes up the overpass, because we didn't go up any type of hill, just one little dirt embankment. So I'm very curious to see like how well it's gonna do. This bike is so light that I could technically pick this up and we could just go over the railroad tracks if we wanted to, and that would be a faster way to get to work, because this is a whole like loop-de-loop that we got to do to go on the other side where that traffic's at over there. All right, don't pedal, don't pedal. Throttle only, and now pedal. I ain't trying to go down today. Nope, don't even have gloves on. Whee! The one thing I'm trying to get used to is that I'm going fast in the turns and it feels comfortable. It feels like it turns very good. But the fact that I can't pedal during the turn, I lose a lot of my momentum. And as soon as I have to start pedaling again or get on the throttle, it obviously has a slight delay. And then I got to pick up like 3 or 4 miles per hour that I just lost, you know? So right now, not bad at all. I could probably drop it down a gear. There we go. Oh, that feels a little, okay, there, yeah, there we go. So about 19, 20 miles an hour, I'm in gear number 6. That feels perfectly fine coming up this hill. And make sure I don't pedal, make sure I don't pedal. Okay, now I'm gonna put it back in 8 to get our top speed, and now we have a full stretch to get to work. And now we should be hauling ass coming down this hill. Let's see what we actually hit. I'm curious. So now I feel like I'm just free spinning. I feel like my feet aren't even connected to any type of chain or anything like that, because we're just going too fast. As I've been sitting on the seat for probably 4 or 5 miles, it's okay. It's not the best seat I've been on, but I mean, it's not the worst. But depending on your frame size, if you're a lot bigger than me, you might want to think about going to your local bike shop and picking up a bigger seat. The good thing about this bike compared to other bikes I've been on, no one can yell at you at all riding this bike. Perfectly quiet, 100% looks like a bike. It's a step through design, so you don't really have anything really going on with the bike. It's just one little tube going down. Well, I guess I could say a big tube because you got the battery, but for the most part, no one can complain for you being on any type of bike path or anything like that compared to other bikes I've been on this street. But this is nice and smooth. There's no complaints at all. Like, it's just, I feel like I'm on a bike just pedaling like a normal BMX bike or mountain bike, but I'm moving at a very high rate of speed. It was 28 miles per hour. Now, I'm curious on how accurate that is, but unfortunately, my phone is in my left pocket, and I'm right-handed, so I'd have to hold onto the bike like this, but the thumb throttle's on this side instead of the typical side being on the right, but you have your shifter mechanism and all that stuff on this side. So I understand why they did that. So I'm not going to be able to pull my phone out and hold it at the same time. That'd be a little sketchy for me. But I'm going to say that it feels very accurate. I do feel like I'm doing about 27, 28 miles an hour. 100%. No, I meant. That lady looked all pissed off because she was going to take off after that car, and I just kind of zooted out there. But hey, bicyclists have the right of way, all right? All right, so now, coming up this overpass, we are hitting 25 miles per hour. It's not as steep as the other one. That is a 26. Okay, now we're hitting the top. That is actually very impressive, Ride1up. I'm not gonna lie. Like, yeah, like I was pedaling, you know, so I got that torque sensor working and everything, but dang, it's actually very good. One thing I'm starting to notice though, now that I don't have gloves on right now, is the thumb throttle, because it's on a curve on the handlebars, it's not straight, because most handlebars are kind of, they go straight out. So my thumb is starting to hurt because it's at an angle. So the corner of my thumb is really starting to get irritated because of the angle of the thumb throttle. But when I was wearing gloves, I don't feel any type of problem with it whatsoever. But maybe your mileage might vary. Maybe I have weak ass hands, I don't know. I'm hoping I don't get a flat going back, man. I got like 5 thorns in these tires coming to work.
Really?
Yeah. One of them is, I think, on the... Huh?
On the road? Like, you got them from the road?
Yeah, there's one.
Oh, yeah.
I don't even want to take it out, bro. Most of them are like in the tire. You can see they don't have the actual like head on them, but they're like in it. I'm like, I'll fuck around with it when I get home.
Yeah.
I looked at the bike tires. Okay, make sure you put the kickstand up. Tons of thorns in these tires. There's one in the front that has the head on it still, and I just don't want to mess with it. Like, I want to pull it out so bad, but I just can't. I might get a flat on the way back. We'll see if we make it. If we do make it, when I do get home, I will pull them out and we'll see if they go flat at all. But I'm just praying to God we make it first. And as we're leaving work, I'm at 50.5 volts. Okay. Asshole. I'm gonna die out here in the streets one day, man. Yeah, it's sketchy. Even when I'm being safe. That's why I try to tell you guys, I get it. You guys understand that all these bikes I ride are technically illegal because they don't go like 28 miles an hour and under, so they classify as like a moped or something, but they're so much safer. I'm telling you, if you have a faster bike, you are a lot safer. As long as you're safe with the bike and you don't do anything stupid with it. So, and another thing I wanted to mention too, God. So I have a shred light on the rear of this bike that I put on to the seat post. But check this out. It was completely dead. It was working when I tested it before I left last night. I didn't think I had to charge it at all just because it worked. Well, I tried to turn it on before we started this ride, so I absolutely have no light at all. So I gotta make sure I'm careful everywhere I go because no one's gonna be able to see behind me. I'm gonna blow through this too just because if I sit there and wait, it's just gonna slow my momentum down and then the other car is gonna go and I'm gonna be sitting there for a while. So I know how those lights work. It was green going back and forth, so I'm being safe, trust me. Just trying to get from point A to point B right now, but worried about these tires, man. There's, I think, if I'm not mistaken, there's 3 thorns in the back and there's 2 in the front. And there's only one that had the head on the front. All the other ones are stuck right in between the cracks of these tires. I didn't go anywhere I normally never go. The only place I could think that I got them was going up the overpass, like in the bike lane, because I never really ride in the bike lane too much going up that overpass. Not the one we just passed, but the one we're going to be coming up to. So I don't know. I can't tell you, but it really sucks. Oh, is this a big tumbleweed? What the heck? It's blocking my path. Holy crap. Woo! Do you guys see that? That's crazy. We got another guy on a bike up here too. About to pass him. Pretty much, I can tell you right now that this is probably going to be the first video that we edit. Oh God, oh, I gotta go this way. I guess I could have stayed on that side. This is gonna be the first video I edit with the new gaming setup, or it should be. Maybe it might be a video before this that went up already. By the way, we're doing 23 miles up this hill, which is not bad. Miles per hour, by the way, not regular miles. I can't tell if someone's behind me. I wanted to take a shortcut right here. Woo, you guys hear that motor? I don't know if you guys can. I changed the level of my... Oh God, I'm going fast. Ooh, I should have took it a little easy there because that that thorn was on this side, so I think it's gone. I can't see it anymore, so I either broke it off or something happened with it. Moving pretty good. I feel like we've got a pretty far distance in a short amount of time. This bike is definitely doable for work. Can't complain at all. Just get some lights and make sure they're charged before you get on the road, because I don't feel very safe with cars being behind me right now. But the fact that I'm not going very slow, like I can at least do close to 30 miles per hour, not bad, not complaining. But I do feel a little bit out of breath. You guys can probably hear it in my voice, just because I'm actually pedaling. I'm trying to get home. Like, you see this? I'm legit pedaling. We got a lot to do, fam. We got a lot to do. Always busy. Gotta do the same shift tomorrow. And then, man, I forget. Oh, and then one more day after that. So I got 2 more days to go. Then I got 3 days off. And I'm gonna catch up on all those videos. So we're gonna get them all knocked out, get them posted. We'll probably do a couple videos that are gonna be like every day, and then we'll start doing every other day again, because there's so much content I gotta start posting, so it needs to get posted like now. But some updates for you guys. Before I was supposed to get this bike, they were actually gonna send me, I believe, the Prodigy bike, and I saw, I don't know if it's Electric Space or one of the other YouTubers that I follow, it looks like they received that bike, and it's a mid-drive bike. I actually was very interested in that one, but they told me if I wanted the bike that had the most speed, because they noticed that I like to go very fast, they told me that this bike would be the best because the power to weight ratio. So I'm assuming this is the best takeoff speed and everything out of all of them. I could be wrong, but you know, when you add fenders to a bike, you add a bike rack, you add all the extra heavier batteries and controllers and stuff like that, you need even more power to push that extra weight. So let's say I did have fenders and a bike rack on this bike. Oh God, it was rough. And maybe let's say a slightly bigger battery, maybe like a 16 or 17. I would probably want to go from a 750 watt motor to a 1,000 watt motor, just because you want to carry the extra weight. Now that's not really, you know, accurate, like apples to oranges, you know, like it's not precise, but you know, you get what I'm saying. If I was 150 pounds, but then I was like 100 and, I don't know, 80, 190, then I would probably want to up the power on the bike, because someone that's 150 is going to go a lot faster on a 750 watt bike compared to someone that's 200 on a 750 watt bike. What are you doing? Slowing me down. I need my momentum. This next street coming up, if you guys are new to the channel, very sketch. With no rear light, it's going to be very sketch, making sure I try to get on this main street. And then when I'm on the main street, I got to be very careful about where I ride until I get off to the shoulder. Oh, is this light gonna stay for me? I know it's green for the other cars coming this way, but if I can get a head start other than these people, that'd be great. Go, go, go. Now the people getting off the freeway coming this way, I don't have a mirror to look, but I hope these people, okay, cool, I'm going this way. If those people that were getting off the freeway were coming this way, it might have screwed my chance to get over. Gotta be careful, no light. I basically have to ride like no one sees me, so I'm really trying to like be quick and precise and ride a little bit more dangerous. And what the heck? Is this oil? It looks like oil. So this is the street I'm talking about. There ain't no bike lane here. This is a joke of a bike lane. I pretty much had to ride in the street. The panic in my voice. I see headlights. Oh man. Oh, thank the Lord. Yay, we made it. All right, now I have a bike lane the whole rest of the way home. Whew. Man, I understand why companies don't put like integrated lights or anything like that. Honestly, half of the lights that companies put on, they just suck. They don't work very good. You probably want to get an aftermarket headlight anyway. And I would say like 85 to 90% of the companies don't even give you a tail light. It's just a headlight. And the tail lights that I have seen, they are not bright at all. Like absolutely not bright. But I mean, it's something. And the fact that this one doesn't come with it, like I said earlier, you need to make sure to order some headlights or a headlight and a tail light if you're gonna order a bike like this. So some updates real quick so you guys know that it's a 14-mile trip, or 6.9 miles to work, 6.9 miles back, so it's right under 14, but I'm almost home. I probably have another, I would say, a mile and a half to go. So we're probably like 12.5 miles, and I started with a full charge and under throttle. I've been on throttle for a while, and we were at 48 volts. So I want to say with the riding that I'm doing right now, it shows that I'm at like half battery with the gauge. But I want to say complete dead is like 38 or 39 volts. But you really don't even want to really go under 40 volts. I'll tell you that right now. If you have one of these bikes, try not to ever go under 40 volts because you never want your batteries to go so low. I mean, if it's an emergency and you got to get home, I mean, you got to get home. Like, you can't, you know, you got to figure it out. But 47.8 volts, to me, I'm thinking I can roughly get 25 miles maybe out of this bike. Like, somewhere between like 20 to 25. If I'm just straight out on the throttle, I'm pedaling, but I'm getting my max speed possible, you know? And I want to do a test really quick. I saw a lot of your guys' comments talking about this, and it makes sense. I want to be a YouTuber that can help you guys out. So when I turn on my block, we're going to completely turn this bike off, and I'm going to see if I can pedal it to my house if I had no engine power, or no motor power, I guess I should say. So, wait, turn off. There we go. Okay. So what's off? I don't know how fast I'm going. Whoa, okay. Definitely got to drop a gear. So since this does have a shifter, 100%, you can definitely pedal this bike home. Is it going to give you a workout if you're not used to pedaling? Yes, but you could do it. Not too bad at all. So there you go. So now the big test is when I open my garage, I'm going to take these thorns out and see if anything goes flat. Oh, here's one. You guys see that? That's one. Damn, that one seems like it's in there. Like, good. Ooh, it was a small one, though. Let's see the back tire. Oh, I think one was right there. Okay. So if they fell out while I was riding, I'm not complaining because the tire's not going flat. All right, cool. Let's leave it. I think that was a success. I don't hear anything. I mean, I do have my helmet on, so that does take away some of the noise from what you can hear. But I think we're pretty good. But if you guys want to buy one of these bikes, it's a very good work commuting bike. I don't see any problems with it other than no bike rack, so you're going to have a backpack like I do on my back, and no fenders. But other than that, it's comfortable. No complaints, and if the battery dies, you can definitely pedal it home. So if you guys want to check them out, links will be in the description. Let me know if you guys are interested in one of these or maybe one of the other Ride1up bikes. I did review the Core 5. Great bike also, and a lot cheaper than this one. So go check that one out too. See you guys in the next one. Later.